Oh, bear with, guys. I'm just gonna get this into the basically fully into the game before I pause it and start our little session off here. Just gonna get under some cover.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Alright guys, I just really wanted to do a bit of a vlog, and my camera on my PC seems to be having trouble at the minute, so I just thought I'd do a little bit of a live stream using No Man's Sky with a little bit of a backdrop, mainly because it's what I'm playing at the minute, the disc is in. But yeah, basically what I've just had a bit of a lengthy debate with 2 or 3 people, plus a couple of people who I don't even know on a comments of somebody's status, which was a nice little video, a cute video. This girl who loves animals, and she's probably about 5 maximum, and doesn't want to eat meat anymore because she realizes it comes from animals, and she's really upset, and she's quite adamant that she doesn't want to eat meat, and I totally agreed that is a cute little video, and you know, it's very compassionate from her on her part, and I think kids generally are a lot more compassionate, and we grow to become quite vile creatures as human beings. But I'm a meat eater before I get started on basically pulling apart this whole conversation. I've been talking to friends outside the conversation at the same time, explaining what's going on as well, but I thought I'd come on here and I wanted to do a bit of a ranty vlog about it because it's explained to me, and people will be joining my party because I've set up a little party, so I'm just going to explain the situation now. Oh yeah, you alright, Gabba? Gabba? Hello? Right, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm in the middle of a ranty vlog, and I'm just going on about... Oh, for fuck's sake, don't do that. Can you not hear me? Right, so Gabba's apparently having technical difficulties, or just not really wanting to talk, whatever. But yeah, essentially, what? Oh, it might be wise to wait, and then I'll edit this shit out until he's fully understood what's going on. All right. I can hear you, mate, but I'm talking, I'm doing a ranty vlog, and all I can hear is, what the fuck? What's going on? What the shit? What the shit? What? Oh, right. Anyway, right. So, basically, it was just, no, I think, mate, what it was, you made a noise, and it was like, I don't know what it was, but anyway, it seems level now. But yeah, so basically what's been happening this morning is, somebody posted that video, the cute girl saying that she doesn't want to eat meat because it comes from animals, and I think it's fair enough, and it's really compassionate and stuff on her part. Now, this friend is not someone who I generally have much contact with, old school friend, not really someone who really spent any time with at school, just know her from school, and she's, as far as I knew, fairly down to earth lass, not really bothered about her, but not really got any issues with her, never really spoke to her much. But I saw this, I thought I'd make a comment. So my comment was, fair enough, you know, all watch the video, plants are living things too. Maybe that was a bit of a trolling comment, I don't know, I didn't really think about it. I just thought it was funny when I came up with it, and I just went boom, put it on fucking there, and bang, you have just poked the biggest vegetarian vegan fucking warfest ever. She's like, what's your silly argument? Is that how you're gonna justify meat? I goes, whoa, didn't. Anyway, I'm thinking, I didn't say whether I was a meat eater, vegetarian, what. I personally, as I've said, I'm a meat eater. I love meat, I love bacon, I love cheese. I couldn't be a vegan or a vegetarian just because of mainly those two foods, but I do love all meat, rabbit, lamb. I wouldn't eat a pet rabbit, but I would eat a wild rabbit or a rabbit bred for food consumption. And that is my sort of grounds when it comes to meat. If it's bred to be ate, I will eat it, but if it's a cute, cuddly little thing, or an exotic animal, or an endangered animal, then I won't eat it. That's my grounds. So anyway, the conversation continued on, and I ended up sort of trying to sort of portray the image that I understand where she's coming from, and I totally can see how it's more ethical not to, and I can basically see, oh well, yeah, people are quite some meat eaters are quite aggressive, but I personally have come to the conclusion after many conversations with vegetarians and vegans that it is very rare to find a vegetarian or a vegan that does not want to shove their more appropriate not meat eating, should I say, diet down your throat and make you as a meat eater feel bad for eating meat and hurting the animals. That is what I get from vegetarians and vegans a lot. I've met at least 2 vegans or vegetarians, I think both of them are vegans, that are totally not like that, and they just, one of them in fact is a secret lover of meat, but they don't shove it down your throats. They will have a discussion with you about it, but they won't shove it down your throats. So not all of them are like that, but this conversation this morning just felt like that. And I don't think she intended it to feel this way, but I'm going to stand here and I'm going to say to you, this felt like she felt she was being attacked, so she in turn attacked. And she didn't need to, because I totally understand where she's coming from and I totally respect her choices in life. I just don't respect the way she reacted. And this is the problem with Facebook, and this is what I really wanted to talk about, is when you comment on someone's status on Facebook, they do not see what you are reacting to. They do not feel what you're reacting to. They don't get involved in what you're reacting to. They don't have an opinion. They don't have a tone of voice. They just react to the words that are on the screen, and if they read those words in a particular tone of voice because that's the mood they're in, then that's the way they react to it, and that's what's wrong. That's what's the problem. It's not, oh well, you came onto my wall and fucking said something. No, it's, I came onto your wall and you misinterpreted what I said because I said a flippant comment, maybe not a wise move, but it wasn't intended in a certain way. It was intended just to be, oh well, that's really cool video, but plants are fucking living things too. Not, you shouldn't be a vegetarian because plants are this and it don't really make a difference. That's not what I meant. What I meant was, cool video. Plants are living things too. It's quite easy to make a comment about something and somebody then go, oh well, actually I think he means this, so rah rah rah. It doesn't work like that. You do not know what I mean, so you should take me on face value and actually talk to me. And she did talk to me, but whether it's because I'm not articulate enough for her little brain or whatever it is, I could not get through to her that I totally respect her choices in life and that I just don't personally wish to, or basically she just didn't agree and she just wanted to be argumentative. And then later on somebody else came in and basically I think partially agreed with me but didn't actively agree with me, just basically said similar comments, and she basically attacked and got really defensive and was like, oh, you can't do this. I mean, let me just have a look at the well, actually I can't have a look at the thing. That's the point, because of social networking being words and not tone and emotion and physical conversation, you're not able to actually get involved in the conversation. Then you can't see that, you can't see the problem, so you're there going, oh, alright, yeah, well, problem, oh sorry, I didn't realise. There's none of that on Facebook, because it's all, right, you're saying this and it's wrong. And I'm like, well, no, actually, I'm not saying this and it's wrong. I'm saying this is my opinion, and I can respect your opinion because, that's your choice and that's your life, but I don't personally want to do that. But it's not, you can't get that across to people on Facebook because they're too busy, they're that closed when they're on Facebook that they're not interested in listening to what you have to say. It's not a conversation where you sit down at dinner and you're having a conversation. Maybe they would be the same outside of Facebook, but personally I think the fact that it's on a text format and there's no tone of voice and there's no body language, you can't see that's a problem. And so as a result of that, I thought, oh, I can see that there's something going on here, and they're not really getting on. But this is two females talking, by the way. This might be why I stepped in and went, you know what? There's no point falling out over it. Blah 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 blah. And then, what you're not getting is this is text, and you can't understand that I'm not trying to be offensive because you're taking the words and putting them in the tone of voice that your mindset is in, and it's not the mouth it comes out of, it's the mind it goes into people. Because if I said a comment about a person, that person has the right to be offended, but that person can also turn around and go, and what? So I don't care. I don't care what you think, what you say, and therefore my comment means nothing, and it's not been given any grounds, and I'm there like standing there going, oh. And to me, like, I don't ever make a comment to offend someone. I make a comment to make a comment, and if someone gets offended by that, then apologies, I didn't intend on offending you, but you took it the wrong way and you've spouted it out now that you're offended. And I was like, well, you have the right to be offended. And I've got this from stand-up comedy a little bit as well, because if you make a joke and someone doesn't like it, they can easily fucking get pissed off and go, oh no, I'm not being funny, but you've offended me, what are you going to do about it? Well, I'm not going to do nothing about it, because it's not my mouth that's offended you, it's your mind that's fucking allowed you to be offended. I'm not offended. When somebody insults me, oh, Specky Four Eyes, back in the day, probably would have hurt me, but you learn in time. Somebody calls me a Specky Four Eyes now, I'd just laugh at them, because it's just, what? You expect me to be offended by that? Yes, I am wearing glasses. Yes, that is a standard insult for someone with glasses. It doesn't offend me. It doesn't offend me in the slightest. I mean, this is the problem. People get offended so easily. I just had somebody else, a friend of mine, a guy, posted 5 things that would happen if we all stopped eating meat. And my comment there was, the universe would implode, because it is that unlikely to happen. I mean, yes, a lot of people could cut down. Yes, if we developed a vegan tyrant as a politician who decided that we were no longer going to allow meat to be consumed, and he was basically going to enforce it, then yes, it might happen. But chances are it's not going to happen, because people love meat, bacon in particular, especially for British people. Bacon is a staple of our diet. The bacon sarnie at the weekend with brown sauce for most people, but I know not everybody likes brown sauce, but I think that is a common sort of mixture. And then you've got that, and then you've got cheese. If you're vegan, you're not going to eat cheese, and cheese is lovely. Most people like cheese. Yogurts, I'm a big fan of yogurts. Dairy products are out of the window if you're a vegan, so, this is the problem. It's not going to happen. Now, no argument ensued from this. Now, I don't know whether that was because I went ahead after commenting and messaged him and had a conversation with him in his message box about it, asking him, is he a vegetarian or a vegan? And he explained why he posted it, and I was like, alright, yeah, fair enough. He's behind the ethical side of it, of being a vegetarian and vegan, but he couldn't restrict himself, doesn't like to restrict himself. Pretty much the same as what I am, except I'm not as much, I don't really bother with the ethical side of it too much. I know of it, and I kind of agree with it, but I couldn't restrict myself to not eating meat, and I don't think it makes that much of a problem, but I just realised I'm running low on life support.
Technology recharge.
In fact, let's just look at the discovery page for a bit, shall we? But yeah, essentially, rants get out of hand on Facebook when people are commenting on your statuses and stuff, and I think it should stop. But me personally, I'm sat here, or should I say stood here, ranting to you because it makes me sad that you comment on someone's status, which is a social network thing, you know, and they don't like your opinion. Now, I got told later on in this conversation, if you don't like something, scroll on. Now, if that does that not apply to what I just commented? If I comment plants are living things too, and you do not like it, scroll on. Don't respond to it if you don't like it. Let's keep it positive. But no, it doesn't apply to her because it's her status, which is I can accept that she's allowed to comment on her own statuses. She can comment on mine all she wants. I couldn't give a shit. That's the problem with people these days. They're so self-opinionated. I'm self-opinionated, but I don't give a shit if you don't like my opinion or if you want to have an opinion and I don't like it, I don't care. It's fine, you're entitled to your opinion. But I think most people are generally, I want to have my opinion and have my cake and eat it, but you're not allowed your opinion. And that's what I found out this morning. And I have, as I was about to say, been blocked by this person because of this status. And I think it's a bit sad that one status about vegetarianism can cause someone with a flippant comment to get blocked because this person has no fucking mind to just go, oh, she told me to leave this comment section. I did. Then someone made a comment that made me think, you know what? No, one last comment and then I'm off. So I made that one last comment, and she attacked me again and said that you started this comment, blah blah blah, freaking go away, just shut the fuck up. So I just felt, you know what? She's obviously in the mood to block me. She's obviously gonna friggin' take action because she's just that way inclined. She just doesn't have the ability to have a conversation without everybody has to agree with whatever. No names mentioned. She will know who she is, and I can't honestly say I care if she is offended anymore because she's offended me and I had no bloody issue with it. So, go fuck yourself. But basically, oops, this video is probably about to get taken down from Facebook because I just swore. Oh well, why don't we all live in a nice little bubble where nothing happens because everybody's treading on freaking glass? Oops, did it again. You know what? Maybe the world needs to stop being so petty and small and start realising that you have the right to be offended, and if you don't want to be offended, then sit in that room up there, sit in your bedroom, and go nowhere and do nothing and just waste away without any human interaction, because that's what human interaction sometimes ends up being, and if you don't see that, then you're stupid. Or blind. And I don't mean blind in the sense of you can't see, because even blind people understand that they have a right to be offended and they have a right to act upon it, and they have a right to just go, you've just offended me, and you know what? I don't care. I'm going to hit you with my stick. Boom. No, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The point here was on social interaction on Facebook, any social network, even the Twitch chat. If you make a comment and I don't like it, I have the right to be offended. If I make a comment and you don't like it, you have the right to be offended. What you shouldn't really be so seriously taking in is you shouldn't be going, oh, well, actually, I'm offended enough to basically think that now you're a knobhead completely and I'm going to attack the crap out of you, and then I'm going to say that you didn't have the right to attack me. Well, hang on a minute, that's not only hypocritical, but that's just daft. Because I just made a jokey comment, it got turned into, oh well, actually, you're being offensive and discouraging my views, and no, I'm not. Be a vegan, be a vegetarian, do whatever you want, makes you happy, do it. Just know that if you do that and somebody has something to say about it, they will say something. And if you don't like that, well, she's now blocked me. She had the right to do that. It is perfectly fine. But behind what she did was fine, but why she did it to me was wrong, because I was trying to make sort of like say, look, fair enough, we don't agree, but what you're reading is not what I'm typing, because what you're reading is coming out of your mind, not my mouth. And what's coming out of my mouth now is exactly what you're seeing. It's on my stream. You can see it, and and you can read my body language. I'm ranting. I'm a bit animated. You know, you can't see that when I'm typing and I'm putting it on Facebook. You can presume that I am being aggressive. You can presume it, and you can get offended because you think I'm being aggressive, but you cannot confirm that. And then when I comment again, you can see, you can presume again, but you still can't tell that I'm being aggressive. And if you can, well, I've heard of psychics, but that's just unreal. Let's get back to the point. You, you, there's no point. There's no point whatsoever. This is just a rant. I'm just fucking losing the plot here because and I've just been having a little bit of an extended sort of extra conversation aside in the messages with a friend who, as I said, does eat meat mainly when he goes out, mainly when he when he's out and about, which is it's cutting down on it. He doesn't prepare it and eat it at home, which is fine. My personal issue with eating meat is that it is cruel to some people, like, but other people just don't care, and I think you know that is their choice, and I will just have to go. But there you go. I have left it at that, and basically that's just my little rant. So if you enjoyed it, punch the like button in the face, as they all say, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you in a bit.